We were upset. We were angry because early on we gave them whippings when they were younger, right?
Yeah.
So let me go back and say that it was just something that we decided to change right around like the kind of getting out of the toddler phases for them, because I didn't like how I was in those moments, like right. I didn't want to strike fear into my child. I didn't want my child to fear me, and I felt like it was one particular instance with my oldest, right, where I the look in his eyes.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Hey, man.
I want to just take a breather because I got a feeling there's maybe something. What you got, bro?
Yeah, it was such a surreal moment for me, right? So, in this moment, man, I don't remember what my son did. It was my oldest, right? So he had to be 5, 6, whatever. You know what I mean? So not quite a toddler, but like just hitting like school age, whatever, right? And I don't remember what happened, man, but as far as what he did, but I got angry to the point where I grabbed him, bro. Literally, like I grabbed him, like kind of by his shirt, and I picked him up, and I put him on the wall, and I was like, "Hey, don't you ever do this or that and the third again, whatever." And when I tell you, bro, when I looked up at him and the fear he had in his eyes broke my heart.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It literally, once I put him down and I calmed down, because that's as far as it went. Because I saw that and I was just like, I felt it at that moment. And I put him down and I had to just go and just calm myself. And once the height of the adrenaline and all that came down, I was heartbroken. And I was like, I never want my son to fear me in that sense, right? I want them to respect me, right? But I never want them to fear me. Like, man, my dad is scary, right?
There's a difference.
There's a difference. And so that broke my heart, bro. And that was something, man, like, I didn't want to see that in any of my other boys, man, my other kids after that. So that was a big moment for me, and just explain that to my wife and kind of how I felt and the things. I was like, this gotta be another way, right? It's gotta be a different way. It's gotta be a better way than that. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't because it just wasn't productive to me. You know, like what does that prove in that sense, right? And then I think too, what we get caught up in the discipline of it and the whooping. Like, but for one, why did they do what they did, right? Did we explain properly what they did wrong, or do we just whoop them, right? And then if we don't explain it and we just give them the whooping and say, oh, you know what you did, and they, whatever, right? And then we circle back, and then the next time, all the kids may try to do. And I remember when I was a kid, I would just try to avoid getting a whooping.
Right.
I would do the thing that I knew was wrong, but I would try to be smart to avoid the whooping.
Yeah.
Because then I won. Right? If I can do the thing, mom, dad don't know, whatever, and I can get away with not getting a whooping, that's a dub. But I didn't learn anything. All I was learning was how to avoid getting the punishment. Because I didn't really get any real answers of why I couldn't do the thing. I just knew I wanted to do it. Yeah. So now I got to be creative in how I do it so I can get away with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we teach our kids, is how to get away with stuff. And that's not something that I wanted to teach our kids. Like, why did you do that? Let's have a conversation about it. Let's get to the root of the issue so we can fix it. You know what I'm saying?
How do you think that's, I want to chime in about when I first asked this while we're talking about it, so we can kind of back and forth, just have dialogue around this. Like, that's when he was much younger.
Yeah.
What are some present things you're navigating, and do you see over the years a connection between how you handled that moment and how you're handling these current things you're having to discuss, whether it's like dating or what have you. Like, is there a connection in what you learned from that moment and how you handle the current things?
Man, well, yes. So I learned from that moment, right? I did learn from that, and I feel like even now applying it to more so like my younger two or even my oldest as well. Like, bro, like I that messed me up. I'm not gonna lie, right? Like that moment really, like it really like did something to me, right? As a parent,
Holding your son up in the air, you're saying?
yes,
Gotcha.
as a dad, right? And so because I felt like he didn't learn anything in that moment other than the fear factor, like now I make sure like we still like have the conversations and we'll talk about that or whatever. It may come up whenever like, hey, do you remember that or whatever? Like, do you remember that happening? And I think he has like he doesn't remember it per se, but you know how you kind of have like ghost memories or flash memories of something happening, but you just don't remember all the details of it, but you remember a thing. So I think he kind of has that where he remembers like that fear, but he doesn't necessarily remember everything that happened
that
in
makes
that.
sense.
But I wanted to make sure like, hey, and I reiterate that, man. Like I want you guys to not fear me. I want you guys to be comfortable, man. Like being able to just have conversations. I want to tap in with them, bro. So that's what I'm always finding myself like wanting to do is just tap in and just see like, hey, well, I want to know the whys. I want to get into your mind and understand the why behind the thing.
Okay, so that's really good because I keep asking the question in my head, and I think those who listen may ask the same question like,
for sure.
But why?
Yeah.
I keep thinking about that, like, because what you're saying is so on point. I think many people don't go there. It's just no, it's the just do what I said.
Just do what I say.
It's just I'm driving this thing. Is that your personality type? You think like, is Jessica the same way? Like why are you approaching it that way? Is what I really just want to kind of because I think it's so. This is good, man. Like,
Yeah.
But why are you so mindful of that? Or does that make sense?
Yeah. I think we are like really like me and Jess. We're kind of. I want to say this is just like how we're wired. I think it's because of our youth.
Okay.
And like how we grew up and like us with everything, man. We want our kids to have better than what we had, right? So for us, we wanted to ask those questions and the whys or what have you. We just couldn't, right? If you did, it was just like, no, you just do it because I said do it. And sometimes I catch myself because I may say something in that same realm, you know, and then it's just like, no, go back and explain it to him. And sometimes it's just she'll tell me, hey, just explain or whatever, right? So we'll keep each other accountable in that sense. I don't know if that kind of helps.
Sense. It does.
Like answer that question. That is a good question. Like, cause I want other people to be able to learn from us, and not say they have to adapt and take on what like how we do it, like our style, right? But maybe if they could adjust even how I would challenge the parents, even if you do whippings or whatever, right? Challenge and talk to them about what they did wrong and get an understanding from their viewpoint of why they did what they did.
I'm tracking.
You know what I'm saying? And it will then volley it back to the parent and challenge us on the punishment that we give them. Right? It's not just doing something out of that anger, man. I just wanna I don't know, I feel like that's something that we gotta get away from. So our kids aren't taking that and running with it, if, in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they don't know how to respond to others when they don't get their way, and they may result to something like violent or whatever because I'm used to if this don't happen the way I want it to happen, then it's gonna get physical because that's what I'm used to, right? My parents didn't get their way; they were physical, right? and not necessarily getting their way, but something didn't go the way that they structured it to go. There's a physical consequence, right? And you don't want them as adults to be dealing with that, right? Like if I don't get my way, man, we might have to throw hands.
Yeah.
That's just what I know. That's what I'm used to. And then, that you know where that leads, bro. It doesn't lead to anything productive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what this makes me think about. Literally in this moment, as we're talking, because this is not like something that we didn't get heavy details into this before we hit record. We really in this moment right now, right?
100%.
So what this makes me think about is right now in the organization that I have an opportunity to lead, right? Is that I'm always dealing with adults.
Yep.
And you see things that they have dealt with, child, youth, etc., as youth, and it shows up in the way that they operate or like now how they're doing business now, right?
100%, bro.
So, bro, I have this thing that I've been doing, and I see the connection in it with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Which is like, if I'm dealing with somebody, I have to have discernment on how to handle them. If I'm looking to lead us in a certain direction, like we do with as children, we want to lead them somewhere.
Yeah.
So, bro, I'm always thinking about is the conversation. Let's use that, right?
Yes.
In this conversation, is it a coaching conversation? Is it a correction conversation?
Yes.
Is it a counseling conversation, or is it a comfort conversation?
Okay.
And it's different parts of it. It may start with one and then lead to the other. Right. So if it was a child, for example, and I'm always having correction conversations, I'm just like bringing a hammer. I'm gonna form something in that child. Like they may become like whatever. Like I'm cultivating the anger or whatever. I'm always just coming down. At the same time, if I'm always only just it's okay. I'm always comforted and I'm not bringing the other part of it. It's like, so yes, I have to know the adult, know where they are, know their maturity, etc. But I'm always having to have discernment on which part of this do I need to lean into, because that determines my language on how I handle this adult that may be trying to do better, but they have some things going on the inside that may not have been dealt with since childhood, and they're now bringing it down to the organization. And so even as a leader, I'm not their parent, but as a leader, I have to be mindful of those. Hey, which moment is this? Which one do they need? And I don't always get it right. I don't think anybody does. Yeah. But I'm at least mindful that it could be one of these four. I need to lean into which one in this moment to handle this properly to help you grow, so then we as an organization can continue to grow. I see that same connection with households, same dynamic. Bro.
Nah, 100%, bro. And as you're talking, I'm thinking about all those different things that you mentioned, like the different, coaching, counseling, comfort, like all those things. It forces you, right, to have to adjust and have to constantly like check yourself.
That's right.
And self-regulate and like understand you better, so you can make sure you have the right approach.
That's right.
Right. So it calls you to self-reflect.
That's right.
A lot. And I think that's the same thing that we need to make sure as parents, bro, we are doing is so vitally important. We have to make sure we're always self-reflecting. Hey, did I handle that thing right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, the child may have done something, but we always have there's a action to the a reaction to the action or whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's something there, so we got to make sure that we are constantly self-reflecting and self-inventorying and making sure that we are coming with the right approach. And I think that's the challenging part as a parent. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because we don't have all the answers, right? But it also it forces us to go back and research and do like find a better way. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Where we can kind of self-reflect, bro. So I think that's very, very important.
Man, what are you obviously, like our kids are older now, it's all parenting come out. What are you learning about yourself, or even how are you handling, so it's a two-part, what are you learning about yourself, and also what is playing out in your household as your children get older, that like are they asking the dating questions? Are they asking about like what's the hot topics, man? What's happening?
So I mean, obviously for the learning part of it, bro. Like I'm always, I feel like I'm always learning because we
Yeah.
don't know what we don't know, right? Like as our kids are growing into different stages, we also are going into different seasons and stages along with
Oh,
them.
absolutely.
So we're always constant. Okay, I gotta learn how to navigate this, learn how to cultivate this. So now, like I have 11, I have a junior in high school, I have a seventh grader, so middle school, right? My youngest, he's in fifth grade, so he's not asking a lot of the questions as far as like dating, but dating is in my house now. Whereas when they were toddlers, 5 and 6, dating was not in my house, right? They weren't thinking about that. They're not, so now it's navigating that. And for us, my wife and I have taken the approach of, even like my middle school, whatever, like we allowed them, even my elementary school, if he wanted to, Justin, if he wanted to at 10, like he could date, right? Like have a girlfriend or whatever, right? So that's okay. And we say that that's okay in the house, right? Because we want them to be able to learn how to navigate relationships at this young age, where people, or I feel like some parents may be like, oh, well, they're just kids, they don't need to know about that, blah blah blah, whatever, right? But they're going to learn about it. Kids in fifth grade, I mean, let's go back to middle school. We were talking about relationships, whether our parents knew about it or not. We were talking about it. So let's not be naive and think that, oh, these kids aren't talking about it, right? So they're going to learn one way or another, right? So why not, while we have them under our wings in our household, teach them how to navigate relationships. So when they branch out into their own, they're not having to learn it for the first time, or they're not having to apply what they learned from goofy friends at school or whatever, or maybe influencers on social media or TV or whatever, and they take those things into relationships, and it's like, that's an unhealthy relationship. Where'd you get that from? So we can kind of cultivate that and teach them that while they're in, they are not too young.
Yeah.
Let them have the relationship, man. Like we just got to teach them how to navigate it and what it looks like and help them.
This part. So I can imagine people's wheels turning now.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is a topic that people handle so differently.
Yes.
So let's give it some angles, right? So like first I would love for you to, like, for your household, define date for the different stages so people understand. What did he just said date? What does he mean by that? Does it mean he going to pick the 5-year-old up? The fifth grader up and go pick up the girl and go, like, what does he mean by? So like, what does that mean? Because that's three very different age groups.
Yeah.
So like, for your household, how do you define date? I'll just start simply with that. What does that mean for your household?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, like my fifth grader, he's not into that. He's not wanting to date, or he's not thinking about it too much right now. He has like a little girl that he likes, whatever. But that's it is what it is. So he hasn't gotten to that point where he's like, hey, I want a girlfriend.
Right.
My seventh grader, Jace, he has or had a girlfriend, right? So for me, it's not like, oh yeah, I'll go pick the girl up and they actually like go on actual dates or whatever, what have you. But for them, I think their dating is they talk on the phone, they may text or whatever, and that's the person that they're talking to like majority of the time outside of their normal like friend group.
Got you.
Right? So this is a person that they just communicate more with. So for us, it's kind of checking in like on those conversations. It may be going through like checking through like text messages to see like, hey, well, what are y'all talking about? Like what's being said here, right? And then we can go in there and see the scripts, right? And we can see and analyze like, how, okay, I see where you're going right here. I wouldn't say maybe this, right? Or I wouldn't don't send pictures or of whatever, right? Like you flexing in the mirror or whatever the case may be. Like you don't want to send certain things because things can't be unsent once you send them. Yes, there may be an unsent button on there, but if that person opens or whatever, that picture or whatever's out there forever until, you know what I mean? So I just want them to understand how the construct of a relationship should kind of go and kind of navigate. Now, my oldest, he's the one that will actually go out as a 16-year-old, like
11,
on
16,
a date.
Got you.
So he would go on a date. So for him, it's more so for us like showing him how mom and I interact. Right? This is how you handle a woman when you're out with her. Make sure you're out little things. Make sure you're on the outside of closest to the road. Keep her protect. Keep her on the inside. Whatever. Like we're gonna teach him these things. You know what I'm saying? And help him to basically kind of navigate what a date looks like.
Gotcha.
And even him and like my wife, mom, they'll go on little dates and she'll kind of walk through different things and like he'll open the door for her and just kind of like show him, hey, this is how you treat a woman. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I'm like, hey, we're gentle, we're soft, we cultivate, we whatever. Like this is how we talk to a woman. Like they don't see me talk to mom crazy. So then it's gonna be the same thing for them. You don't get upset, like raise your voice and call people out of their names. I'm not saying don't get upset. Obviously, we all get upset. But you don't call a woman out of their name. You don't see that in my household, right? That's not something that you see. So that's not something that we do. And it's intentional, right? I don't do that. And then I want you guys to understand that we don't do that. We don't excite things in that manner, man. So it's interesting, but I do. We're like, hey, well, we want you to experience that, and then we try to talk about too, and we can get into this, like, what does it look like when maybe things don't go the way that you intended it to go, right? What if you get jealous, or what if things end? What happens if you guys break up? Like we talk about those things. What happens? Like what is going to be your mindset? I need to know that, because are you going to crash out and think that this is it, this is the end, or are we going to figure out how to navigate it so we can move forward? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think those pieces are vital and important, because it's going to be constant whenever they get out into the real world. Yeah. Relationships are going to fail. Some are going to succeed or whatever. What do you do when things go awry? Yeah. When they go the way that you didn't plan them to go, how do you handle that? So we want to make sure we navigate that while we have them with us. Yeah. Yeah. What about you guys, man? Have y'all talked about dating, man, or how do y'all handle it?
Man, it's good, man. I want to get into it as well to kind of share like a different angle on it, right? Which is like, so for I have 3 as well. Yeah. Right. Girl, both genders though. Yeah. Right. Female and male. Right. Yeah. So for our household, our approach has been different to the angle of our kids are not permitted to date. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Let's talk about it, bro. Like, 'cause people need that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I think for us I love the but why. Maybe that's a tag for us. I don't know, the whole but why thing. I love that. Right. I think we shared earlier in the previous episode about, of course, every child is different. Yeah. So understanding where they are, right, and like in their growing maturity and what that looks like, for us it's been guiding them. First, having the conversation. We do have the conversation about if we tell you no, there's a reason why we are telling you no, and you may not fully understand why we're saying no. Yeah. Right? But as parents, there are going to be some things that, just like how we say yes and we like it and we're excited and we're all, yep, I'm going to get the new shoes. You so excited? When you hear no, you have to know how to navigate the no as well.
Yeah, that's important. That's important, bro.
And so, and again, my oldest is a little bit younger, so I only have a 14, right? Which is still like not. Let me correct that. It's not only 14, because 14 is different from 14 when we were younger. Like 14-year-olds now is different. Like what they have to deal with, right? So
100%, bro.
For us is we don't permit dating currently. Instead, I would say this: we guide them around what we want them to fully learn. For example, relationships, finances, sports, all the stuff. We're having a lot of these conversations so that when whenever my wife and I have agreement on, we believe they're ready for the next phase of it. We want them to holistically like have an understanding of, basically we try to expose them to as much as we can.
Yeah.
We do it before they get too involved with somebody. Now, obviously, they're gonna be around other people at school. They're hearing about it. Sometimes we get that feedback. Wait a minute, my friend can have a boyfriend. My friend can have a girlfriend. Why can't I? And we have to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Right. That's a real combo that we have to have. Right.
100%.
And so we're just guiding their focus towards, hey, why are you so focused on this? What about this?
Yeah.
And we're constantly guiding them around, man. Like, for example, like my oldest got a cell phone before like my son did. Like, so they're like navigating that, like, wait a minute, when they were this age, they did this. Why can't, and they only think age only.
Yeah.
There's a different dynamic here. Yeah. Right. And so we, like, man, we always are having to adjust that and handle that and navigate what that looks like. 100%. But we're like there's like the dating, nope, it ain't happening. Yeah. Like, right, not right now. And we have to, but again, it's the ongoing convo. And then when they do bring it to us, as to like, hey, I really want to have a conversation. Here's what we do in our household, right? We have these things like, family discussions, if you will, family debriefs or what have you, where you have something that's really pressing on your heart.
Yeah.
Call a meeting.
Okay.
And we bring it to the meeting and we discuss it and we vote on stuff and we make it like fun and we really handle like real stuff that they're navigating. Yeah. And there have been times where they've shared their perspective and their point of view in that conversation. My wife and I would be like, you know what? Yeah, go for that. Do that.
Yeah.
And we've altered some things in that family but we have to talk about it. And we're always inviting that, man. So
that's super dope.
All the time, man.
That's super dope. Yeah. I love that, bro.
If one of them brings a case with that we are like, we might have to revisit it. Yeah. You know what I mean? About the whole dating, we might have to revisit it. But for now, the case hasn't been presented as to why that needs to happen. So, yeah.
Hey, man, I love that, man. Yeah, man. I love that for sure. I think that's hopefully, people can, because I mean, obviously everybody's different, right? Yeah, and there's no one way to do something, no one right way to do something. So hopefully, man, this is something that people can see, like which way do they want to handle things, or like what,
absolutely, man,
who they relate to, or what way they relate to, man, and they can figure out their own way that works for them too.
That's important.
And just go. I just want people to just tap in and just be great. Like, see something that we're doing and be able to plug it into their lives, apply it, and be like, man, like, we are sharpening iron sharpens iron, bro. Man, and just like we sharpen each other, we want to be able to sharpen other people by them tapping in and just like, hey, I never thought about it that way, or hey, I never tried that thing. Maybe I will open up a conversation and sit at the table, a round table with the kids, and like, hey, y'all just go. Just tell me what's going on.
It's important.
And, it's important because you got to tap in because there's stuff going on.
It's going on.
Don't think that, they're just 10. They have there's stuff going on. They're hearing things. So we got to tap in. And you might be surprised. If you've never done that before, you might be surprised what you hear when you just open up the table and just say, hey, talk to me. Like, what's going on?
Facts,
like, for real.
And don't shut down immediately. Have the convo.
100%, bro. This was dope.
Another great one.
Another great one, man.
Another great one.
Love you, boy.
Hey, love you more. Tune in for the next one.
Yes, sir.
Tune in for the next one, y'all.
Peace.